good morning from a very snowy and cold winter Zion National Park.
Yes.
Alana and I knew that we wanted to hit up some national parks after we got our cap while we were out here in Prescott. So we shot up yesterday, pretty late, 6 hours north. Here we are at Zion. Unfortunately, we came into the park in a lot of dark, so we're looking forward to driving the road and kind of making some of that up. But we're also very excited. Now, during our stay, later today, we actually take in a winter storm front moves in. So not only do we have some snow now, but I think we're going to have snow throughout our entire visit here.
A few inches.
Yeah,
plus.
a few inches almost every day.
Yes.
Yeah, it finishes with like 6 inches or so. So that'll be very interesting, a little different take. Now, the thing about that is we're not sure if we're going to be able to do the Narrows with water flow. We're going to try to keep an eye on that. And the other thing that we were not able to get ahead of our visit was we did not get selected in the registration or what's it called, the lottery for Angel's Landing. That being said, yesterday we did the day before lottery and we won.
Yay!
That's right. So we don't know what that's going to look like with snow, but you're about to see it right now.
Angel's Landing Trail itself is 1 mile round trip with 390 feet of elevation gain. But to get there, you have to hike a portion of the West Rim Trail up to Scout Lookout. This trail is just under 2 miles long with over 1,000 feet of elevation gain thanks to the 21 grinding switchbacks, which do include Walter's Wiggles. The silver lining with this ascent are the plentiful overlooks and views, making pauses spiritually refreshing just as much as they are physically.
According to All Trails, we've covered half our elevation. It's been beautiful though. Here we go.
We found most of the trail to Scout Lookout provided plentiful traction, but as the snowpack and grade increased, we needed to add our crampons to keep from sliding back more than to propel forward.
I wasn't able to keep my camera out as often as I'd liked, so I could keep 2 hands available for grasping the chain for stability. Additionally, each step required stomping our feet so we could set our spikes into the ice and snow with a check on that set before we could lift our foot for the next move. Bottom line, if this footage looks sketchy, know that you're only seeing the parts that were easy enough for me to keep the cameras out. Heck yeah. Rocky Balboa that.
After some pictures and a quick snack, we started our way back down, which was more like rappelling most of the time than hiking. Typically, a descent is easier than an ascent, but this wasn't the case here.
Last bit, baby. I can see the sign. And we're down.
Wow.
We're off the chains.
We're off the chain.
We're off the chain.
Our apps measured 5.5 miles and 1,800 feet of elevation gain, which is more than they advertised for both. We aren't sure if the trail information or our measurements are wrong, but the difference between them shouldn't deter a decision on the hike if you have the opportunity to do it. Once back to the truck and on the road, we stopped by the visitor center to check out the goodies in the store and talk to our ranger about the Narrows and river flow, as well as get some suggestions for our next move. With the impending weather and potential for road closure, the rangers suggested we head up to the Canyon Overlook Trail, and we followed that advice. The Canyon Overlook is a 1-mile round trip with an elevation gain of under 200 feet, which is quite modest for the area. It snowed for most of the time we were there, which only added to the ambiance. We found the trails something most can tackle, provided you can find a parking spot, as there are just a few available.
Okay, well, we wanted to give an update that is a little more live action, even though we're far from set up, and this is actually very much a less than ideal vlog scenario. But we ended up doing those 2 hikes, and the one that really took the day was Angel's Landing. It not only pushed us physically, but also mentally. There was a couple times that we wanted to give up, but we ended up finding our own little trail. Angel, she's like, no, you guys are here now. Our heater just kicked up. You guys are here now. You absolutely want to do it. And she was right. It was great. So I don't know. There's really not enough to say about that.
No, not much you can say. It's just worth it.
Yeah, it was great. Now, we're supposed to get up to 12 inches. It could be 0. It could be 12. We don't know what we're waking up to. So we're not sure what tomorrow will bring, but we'll show you as soon as we wake up. Well, we had rain for most of the night. A little bit of a later start for us. But you can see up in the higher elevations, like if we go to leave, you can see out there where quite a bit more snow up top. I think we're going to be headed for the Watchman Trail.
The day's rainy and snowy weather added to the ethereal feeling of the views along the hike, but wasn't ideal for pictures. We ended with 4.4 miles and under 600 feet of elevation gain. Unfortunately, midway through, Jay noticed my rain jacket was a darker color than usual, and I realized it was soaking through to my clothes. Because of this, I needed to dry out and warm up before doing anything else, and by the time we were ready to do so, the sun was close to setting, so we called it a day.
So I don't know how well this camera shows it, but isn't it cool? You can see snow, rain. It's really pretty neat. Well, today is our last day in Zion. Yesterday was fun, but we're glad the rain is finally behind us.
Yes.
What we didn't get to do yesterday, we're now going to go try to do today. We are at the Narrows. Here we go.
The Narrows Trail is accessed at the end of the Riverside Walk and is one of the most iconic trails at Zion. Crossing water is one thing, but for a trail to be totally in water just blows our minds. It closes during possible flash floods and when the Virgin River flow rate is 150 cubic feet per second and higher. We were told by other hikers that this day's flow rate was 55, and we were surprised it was this low. There were areas that caused us to rethink a path to cross the river as it was trying hard to push us off our feet. You got this, baby. Well, we have noticed that the sun is melting quite a bit of this snow, and the flow has came up quite a bit.
Yes.
So we are not going to make it all the way to the metaphoric end. This basically just continues to go upstream, and then people turn around and come back, we are calling it quits right here. Headed back to the truck and see what else we're getting into.
We checked historical flow data, and our earlier surprise was justified, as the flow had increased to 64 CFS by the time we made our way back to solid ground. Having felt the power of the water on our visit, we simply couldn't imagine making the hike above flows of 65.
It's a wrap, for us anyway, Zion National Park. What do you think, Alana? Is all the hype real?
Yes, I definitely think so. Even the winter's better though.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it, I think. I think a lot of our enjoyment did come out of it being the off season.
Yes.
We could spend 2 weeks here, but we don't have 2 weeks. We're actually moving on now to Capitol Reef.
Yes.
Hopefully you will join us there. We will show you some of the epic scenery of here on our way out, but after that it's credits. We'll see you next week at Capitol Reef. Bye-bye.
Bye.